Hello, this week in HCS323 we were asked to take the Miller and Raw Life Stressors assessment. I have actually taken this assessment many times before and as recently as November. Being a psychology major, I have taken this particular stress assessment in multiple classes. I also teach a week-long preparatory course on posts for captain spouses whose spouse will be taking command. One of the courses during this program is a course that covers stress, something that really affects military members and their spouses, and ways in which to effectively combat stress. The stress evaluation score is based off of the same assessment. This being said, I retook the test since there have been some new added stressors in my life since I last took it. My score, as before, was fairly high, coming in at 967. Since I have taken this test multiple times before and know that I have added new stressors to my life, I was not particularly surprised by my score. The greatest of my stressors that have impacted my wellness are my many illnesses, some serious and others just bothersome, that have occurred in the past year. I also have a lot of changes currently going on in my life. I'm in my last class for my degree. I just started off a new job. My husband and I are contemplating starting a family, and we are trying to pay off debt. Each of these things are pretty significant. While they are great things, with the exception of having debt, they can also make life more stressful and affect health. I feel that all dimensions of wellness can be impacted by stress. For me, when I'm stressed, each of the dimensions are affected in some way or another. For example, I become withdrawn and isolate myself, causing my social life to be negatively affected. My emotions become erratic, and I tend to have panic attacks and become depressed. I don't want to spend any time outside. My sleep is disturbed and my mind is foggy, causing me to be unable to concentrate or to think clearly, especially during work. I begin to be drawn into a vicious cycle in which I get upset with myself for not doing well enough, which makes me more stressed, which makes me more mad, and around it goes. I also tend to eat more unhealthy foods or stop eating altogether, and any physical activity ceases. I think the only thing that really may be affected positively, and this depends on the situation, is my spiritual life. I try to push into God more when I'm struggling, but sometimes do the opposite. To combat stress, this week I decided to try progressive muscle relaxation. This is where you tense up all of your muscles and then begin at your head and work down each section of your body, relaxing each individual muscle. I believe that this relaxation technique would be effective in reducing my stress level if I practiced it on a regular basis. I often find myself tensing up certain areas of my body without thinking about it when I'm stressed. Clenching my teeth, shrugging my shoulders upwards, and curling my toes up are a few of the things that I catch myself doing. If I were to practice determining my tenseness, I could probably better recognize it in the moment and stop myself from continuing. This would help to alleviate bodily pain and the severe headaches that I get. Although some stress is minor and can even be somewhat healthy for the body, chronic or extreme stress can cause some major health concerns. Studies have shown that along with stress comes a drastic rise in heart disease, diabetes, obesity, headaches, gastrointestinal issues, early onset Alzheimer's disease, and many other serious issues. Two strategies that I plan on incorporating into my daily life is time management and breathing exercises. I have trouble overloading myself with things that I cannot possibly accomplish, and this causes extreme stress and anxiety for me. I am working on and will continue to work on combating this and also managing my time wisely for the things that I have committed to. I also notice that I tend to hold my breath when I'm stressed. I have always done this. During test taking, during fights, trying not to panic, whatever the situation may be, I find myself eventually taking a great gasp or a gulp of air because I have been holding my breath for so long. I have been incorporating deep breathing exercises into my day, especially when I'm stressed. I do three counts of breaths. I breathe in for 3 seconds, hold it for 3 seconds, and release for 3 seconds. Typically, if I do this, by about the third time, I have managed to get myself calmed down. This also allows for a better flow of oxygen to the blood and brain for more clear thinking. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my Week 4 journal, and I hope you have a great night.